Some of America's biggest corporations have more than $1 trillion hidden in tax havens. That's what the anti-poverty charity Oxfam says it's discovered. The organisation claims the money is stashed away with the help of offshore subsidiaries. The report also points at how efficient the companies are at lobbying their interests to the authorities. It said that for every dollar spent, the companies got back $130 in tax breaks and thousands in federal loans, as well as loan guarantees and bailouts. We spoke to Robert Silverman, a senior Oxfam tax advisor and one of the authors of the report.
You have the largest U.S. corporations essentially playing by one set of rules and everyday taxpayers and small businesses playing by another set of rules. When you have corporations that are dodging hundreds of billions of dollars in taxes, that means that there's less money available to fund essential public services like healthcare, education, schools, roads, hospitals that, frankly, everyone needs, especially those living in poverty. Our report shows that the corporations over the last 7 years have spent almost $3 billion on lobbying. That is just an enormous amount of money. And so, we know that corporations have their voice heard loud and clear in Washington, D.C. This is really just the tip of the iceberg. This is sort of very direct lobbyists that the companies disclose, but we know the companies are also spending huge amounts of money that's funneled through think tanks, industry associations, other groups that they don't have to disclose.
Well, Oxfam's revelations about US lobbying practices there do seem to go against earlier promises made by President Obama.
In 2004, over $2.1 billion was spent lobbying the federal government, and special interests can still waste our tax dollars. The American people don't have that kind of money to spend on Washington, but they shouldn't have to. The last thing we can afford is 4 more years where no one in Washington is watching anyone on Wall Street because politicians and lobbyists killed common sense regulations.
A lot of people think that you can stop the demand for special favors by making rules or making proclamations or telling people you shouldn't lobby. The fact is that as long as the government has the power to give out special favors, people are going to do their best to try and get those special favors from the government. Special interests always find a way to line the pockets of politicians, and the real losers in this are the American people, the normal American people who just want to raise a family, run their small business, and do it without the government, taking so much of what they earn.